think we have here a very good team. That together, I wish you a very good discussion this morning towards the afternoon. And thank you again for finding time to come. I thank you. Over to you, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Daktari.
Moderator.
Thank you so much for the remarks. And we are grateful for allowing us to have this sitting this morning here and the better part of this morning. So at this point, I'll invite Irene Kathenji, Year 2 Director, to make her opening remarks. Karibu, Irene.
Thank you, and Dr. Kenani, and thank you to Pamela for speaking. I note that there is a bit of echo, so I will speak a little slower. I appreciate this meeting, particularly because it was a request for the county government to finally meet face-to-face and have a conversation among us. I do know that that is going to help us fast track the process, because we can see each other and we can converse one-to-one. And I also appreciate this meeting because we do know we gave you very short notice. We were still waiting to look for a date. And I'm grateful that we are having it now before we break off for Christmas. And further appreciating the fact are representing quite a bit of other stakeholders behind your abilities and of course communication burden to some other stakeholders. And so my remarks are going to be around to have their issues raised and addressed. So for that reason, your participation is going to be a burden to you to make sure that you speak fully, you are active, you listen, you have the conversation fully. And also, as the second point, is around collective decision making. So the purpose today, apart from meeting and speaking to each other and getting to know each other more, is to also make one key decision, and that is forming an interim steering committee. And that is going to be the beginning of the way we do business, the collective decision making. And we do know that collective decision making entails a number of things. One of them is to get to a point where you can allow yourself to be vulnerable and ask all the questions that you may have in order for you to own the decision. So use this meeting to ask all the outstanding questions with regard to this process. We'll endeavor to answer all the questions that we can, but of course others that we cannot answer, we are going to make sure that we direct them to the right persons to be able to answer. But most questions are the questions that we ourselves collectively can answer. Then the other thing is to also allow ourselves to also go look for information that may help us make a better decision in the next step. So when we making decisions, sometimes we may say that we are taking this decision pending this bit of information. And so the person responsible for getting that information will need to do so. And the other most important thing is to remember that it is a forum where we are coming from different directions with different capacities and different interests. So if sometimes we feel as if we are stagnating, let's allow ourselves to stagnate in that place until we find a way forward, because in stagnating, we are going to agree on how to move forward. So I wish you a very productive and very fruitful meeting. I apologize where internet and technology will fail us, but I do believe that we are up to the task, all of us, to be able to make it a very productive meeting. Thank you, karibuni, and looking forward to the conversation. Back to you, Bernard.
Thank you, Irene. Thank you so much for kind words, and I'm hoping that as we continue with this conversation, you've listened to her. We are talking about having a common voice, creating a platform for the conversation between the civil society organizations and the county government will be more productive. And we're also looking forward to seeing a well-coordinated civil society movement in Kisii. And once the voice between the county and the civil society organization has been achieved, then we shall be in a position to be sure that there are better services for the Kisii people, and everybody of us will be happy. So at this point in time, I wish to project the agenda of the day. And as I'm projecting this, I seek your indulgence whether once we go through the agenda, we can take a short break, have a cup of tea before we come for the next session facilitated by Irene. Do we first go through the agenda? We have the first item, or we do the agenda, we break, then we come for the first agenda. Any response? Agenda tea break, then we come back. Thank you. So the agenda for the day, as it has been projected, it's a very short agenda. It's only that we've started a bit late. We are good with the first highlighted item. We only need to be sure that we are safe from COVID, and therefore that's why every one of us has a sanitizer. So has a sanitizer and a mask. Kindly make use of them. They are meant to keep you safe and also taking care of your neighbor. So the first item we've just done that was supposed to happen between 9 and 9:30, the opening remarks, and I think we've done that. We've just concluded on that. Then something that we are supposed to have done between 9:30 and 11:15 is what we are starting now, what we are calling the collective visioning. What is it that as a civil society organization would want to see in the LDO that has been proposed for the Kisii County? And the person who is supposed to facilitate that item is Irene Kathinji. And we shall have a small group exercise. Then we shall move to the other items of scanning the environment and then envisioning the future, thinking ahead, moving forward from the formation of or the selection of the interim committee members. What are the next steps, and what are the next steps in terms of the co-creation that Pamela has just shared with us. Then 11:15 to 12:30, we are supposed to have the core. I would think is the core business of the day, apart from visioning together, having a common understanding on what we need to have and get in the LDO formation process. Who lead this process? How many individuals do we want to be in this process? Do we know the kind of individuals that we need? And I think Cynthia, my colleague Cynthia, will lead in that process, and I will be supporting in it during the actual selection and appointment. Then later in the day, as we are heading for lunch, we shall agree on the next steps. And the next steps is to set a date for the launch of the co-creation process. This will entail all parties, USAID, Year 2 county government, and the organizations present here, so that we can kickstart the process of the co-creation. Then we shall also agree or plan and agree on a date when we should have the social mobilization. And when I talk of social mobilization, these are not all the representation. We shall still continue reaching out to those people that might be left out, because everyone's voice in Kisii is important for better service delivery. So after which, then we shall have the closing remarks, and then I'm sure we shall have gotten a chair of the interim committee. Then we shall have closing remarks from the Kisii County government, USAID, and later, then we close for the day. I know we are still behind with time, and I hope we shall be in a position to carry on and also try to recover the time that has been left, has been lost, as we're waiting for our colleagues to come. So thank you, and thank you very much. I wish that we agree on the number of minutes, the time for us to take tea and come back. How long can we take? Sorry? 20 minutes. 20 minutes? 30? Okay. Good. So we break for tea. I hope the team from the hotel. Where are you taking your tea? Downstairs. Kindly ensure that as we are taking tea, keep distance, wash your hands, sanitize, and be safe, please. You're welcome. So 30 minutes from now, we should be back here 11:20. 11:20. Sawa? Thank you. Then we have the papers that has your profile, your organization profile. Please.
1 2 1 2. Hii kio chini, wacha nisikie kama kabla urudishe hii slide juu. 1 2. Microphone testing 1 2 1 2. Testing mic 1 2 1 2. Testing mic 1 2. Tuweke low hiyo slide iko chini, mwambie ni anipandishe slide number 3. Zitakaa tu because maybe kwa program later zitatumika, but for now acha ikae tu chini, mwambie ni slide fader number 3 juu. Yes.
Kwa utukufu
1 2.
uwepo wako, moyo wangu upumzisha kilindini, upendo wako, amani yako yanikamilisha. Ninapenda uwepo wako, ninapenda uwepo wako, ninapenda kupenda Yesu, ninapenda uwepo wako. Kwa utukufu uwepo wako, moyo wangu wapumzisha kilindini, penzi lako, amani yako yanikamilisha. Ninapenda presence. I love, I love, I love you, Jesus. I love, I love your presence. Oh, just like a river, let your mercy flow. Holy Spirit, breathe in me. Unibadili, unifinyange, nielekeze kwa njia zako. Ukiguze kinywa changu Bwana, nizinene sifa zako kote. Ukiguze kinywa changu Bwana, nizinene sifa zako kote. Niumbie moyo safi Bwana, unifanye niwe chombo chema. Usinitenge mbali nawe Bwana, do not take your spirit from me. Just like a strong wind, let your power blow. Abba Father, speak to me. Uwepo wako na uje hapa, viumbe vyote vikufahamu. Ukiguze kinywa changu Bwana, nizinene sifa zako kote. Ukiguze kinywa changu Bwana, nizinene sifa zako kote. Niumbie moyo safi Bwana, unifanye niwe chombo chema. Usinitenge mbali nawe Bwana, do not take your spirit from me. Niumbie moyo safi Bwana, unifanye niwe chombo chema. Usinitenge mbali nawe Bwana, do not take your spirit from me. Niumbie moyo safi Bwana, unifanye niwe chombo chema. Usinitenge mbali nawe Bwana, do not take your spirit from me. Niumbie moyo safi Bwana, unifanye niwe chombo chema. Usinitenge mbali nawe Bwana, do not take your spirit from me. I stare at the headlights till I get my head right. And the dogs stop their house on the porch. My head is an ocean, I'm getting homesick.
John. And when you look at the program that we shared, we have two objectives for this meeting. And the first objective is to identify a collective vision for the county and have a shared understanding of the co-creation process of the Kisii LDO. Pamela from USAID has covered part of that, having a common understanding of the co-creation process. For the collective visioning, Irene Kathenji will be taking us through a small exercise, and I'm hoping that she's online. And the second key objective will be to facilitate the selection stroke appointment of the interim committee members to steer Kisii LDO formation process. So for our collective visioning, for two people to work together, they should agree. And that is exactly what we are doing in the collective visioning. We want to have a common focus. Where are we heading to? What is the purpose of that? And what is the importance and what are the advantages of us working together as a team, having a common voice? And that's what Madam Irene will be taking us through in a short exercise. I hope she's online. Irene, are you online? Okay. You online? Hello, Irene.
Yes, I am.
Thank you so much. Karibu sana, we are back. We are full, so we are waiting for you to take us through this session. Karibu sana.
Yes, given the time factor, we are going to start the conversation on the collective visioning. I have some slides that I had requested that they be loaded.
Yes, we are on the first slide.
Thank you, Karibuni. Can you go to the second one, please? Yes, I would like to have you, each one of you, while taking care of social distancing, to be in a group of 3. Have you done that?
In a minute, the 3 of this, we are here. We can have the 3 of you.
Yes, and each.
Yes. Then we can have the 3 of you. The 3 of you.
And they can have their notes. Yes.
Yes, notebooks. Make sure you have your notebook. But we need a third person. How many are you? You are 2. Join that.
Are we all set?
A minute.
Mm-hmm.
Irene, as we are doing this, let me recognize the presence of the CEC who has joined us, and we are happy to have her with her, and maybe she